When I turned 30 at the beginning of this year, I wasn't quite satisfied with what my magical path has been until that moment. I was very grateful to spirits for 3 years to have brought me into the left-hand path, ceremonial magic, demonic magic, and other magical systems and cultures. But none of these seemed to impact my surrounding nor my persona more than just scratching the surface. The surface. It always felt like there was some parts of myself that were missing, that they didn't have purpose. And as a witch that walks into the spiritual world, I found myself to be a completely different person whenever I will have to interact with the MC culture. And as my partner has been in the life since when he was very young, nowadays he is retired, and it happens that we go to open parties or we go to visit friends in clubhouses, I will turn into a completely different version of myself while still bringing my spiritual crew with me as on those events, as a devotional act, as a thank you for what have you done for me in these years. They have done a lot. And it happened that Santa Muerta didn't like this discrepancy between those two versions of mine. So I had a conversation with her where she told to me, this cannot go like this. You cannot be two people at the same time and afford it. You don't have the time, you don't have the energies, you don't have even the age for that anymore. While I don't think 30 has been old nor 40, I still see it as a turning point somehow for people in life, where you should kind of gain a quite of understanding of who you are, how you roll, and not change gimmick as much as wrestlers on TV will do, but more stand in the ground in a concrete way. And she told me, why don't you experimenting combining the two culture together into a unique, wild, and deep and purposeful way to practice. As till this day, your practice haven't been very that disciplined. Be also this having a good relations with spirits, and this one's telling me, if you're tired, just rest, do it tomorrow, do it another time, it's okay. So taking it, very lovely, very supportively. When instead the MC culture, in the MC culture, discipline was mandatory. It's mandatory. Your attention be fully on place all the time. The sense of comrade, the sense of be a whole being, and it's pretty much some of the core basis as is of the life. And so I give it a try, even if I was very skeptic about it, and I was skeptic even when I started into magic, until I got proven wrong. So by experimenting, I started to get results about in 2 weeks, where my brain will all of a sudden starting to reprogram itself. And my surroundings started too. In that way, I felt that these two versions of my personas started all of a sudden to blend into one. And so even channeling Santa Muerte and spirits, while I would be in open parties or in situations where I just needed some kind of advice, made sense. So I pull out the joke to Griselda Blanco, I'm gonna become an occult writer. And words are power and manifestation, and it really manifesting into having dreams about having an occult business and a channel where both these cultures will meet each other and empowering the people into it, be a woman, be a man, be somebody just into the occult culture or into the MC culture. This is pretty much what this channel is all about. And she brought also into this a spirit that was quite controversial. You may know her as La Moneja de Porcelana or La Colosa from Medellin, Griselda Blanco. Now, while in today's video, I'm not gonna go into the story of how Santa Muerte brought her to me, but hear me on this. You wanna hit that subscribe button and notification bell, because that's gonna be the next video for next Wednesday. Every Wednesday there's gonna be new videos uploaded here on the channel. What I learned from her, it was actually how to structure down into a grounded way this type of path. And I tried it on my own skin. Like, I will never give, even in a session, techniques or advices that I didn't get through myself. That's not pretty much the point. We are here for helping people, empowering people. And then Griselda came out with, what about creating a space for maybe people like you that just loves these two cultures and can't find any material? Like, I couldn't. There was no movies, or the movies that I could find that they were blending the two cultures with pretty much very confusing. Like, I have no clue what I was looking or watching or hearing. I think the best one was a Psychomania. There was Psycho Bikers. I don't remember the name. It was the one where the bikers kill themselves and come back to life and start to do mischiefs until they don't get stopped. Because if you believe that you're gonna come back, you're gonna come back from the land of the death. It was a very confusing movie. And pretty much this is why I created Imperial Ghost. And it was interesting how half of this conversation and building up this space and building up this whole aspect of my life was pretty much conducted into just sitting at the bar in a clubhouse and supporting the life, supporting the bar. So it really came just into my life very slowly and very fast into manifestation. Another disclaimer that I want to do: this channel is not gonna teach you how to break the law, nor how to make drugs, nor how to sell drugs. Like into magic, just because you can do everything and you can go everywhere with it, it doesn't mean that you're supposed to. And if you do, be sure that you are actually are ready to pay the consequences. Because I find out that having this occult biker path comes with the understanding that spirits themselves will change on the base of this. Their way to look at you, their way to talk to you, to interact with you, to having you manifesting what is your true will drastically change. So If you before like me, we're used to having conversation and just talk to your spiritual crew and get the things done, forget it. I was completely shocked when that happened to me. And when I asked it to Santa Marta, because I got a somehow kind of a victory, but very, very small, not exactly the one that I pictures, and I know that I couldn't walk away. Both her and both Griselda told to me, well, you have pretty much a good magical game, but you have to lift it up. It's not enough. So also the expectation understands they will change and they will be very, very high. It will be a test every single minute, every single hour, every single day. Like this video was supposed to be scripted, was supposed to be super edited, and I got all the time problems with technologies, with my microphone. I made a video of 20 minutes for them find out that my microphone was shut off. So as a person that has never done before YouTube, never done videos or editing videos, think how discouraging that was and how, oh my God, I can't even do this moment was. But then all of a sudden the phone will be start to record again without even me giving the signs of it. So it was like spirit testing how much we can try to break you. We can try to see if you are gonna live or not by testing you, which is something that I got very used at when I was working with Belial. Belial is pretty much of a test every day, but not with the same frequencies that both these girls were doing on me. Lots of pressures and lots of be aware that at some point you won't have the time during the day to pull this out. So very nervous and had to find different solutions. So if you are gonna follow this channel, you're gonna be part of the crew, part of the family. You wanna like me, find a path that combines these two lives together, and so empowering yourself if you are into the life, or if you like me are a female that would love to join the major clubs and can't. Hit the subscribe button, the bell notification for every Wednesday. There's gonna be new videos uploaded here on the channel. Follow Imperial Ghost on social medias for static content about magic and how I blended these two cultures together. And if you're just into the occult culture and you want to give it a try to something that is new, that is experimental, and hear about my experience, see places where I go, just come into the crew. We don't leave anything out at Imperial Ghost. Imperial Ghost is also about community. It's about camaraderie, about brotherhood, about sisterhood, where everyone is welcome and there is really not the needing to disrespect each other, or there haters gonna be haters, but that we all know it's a thing. The goal of this channel is actually to create a new path, but at the same time friendly confrontations between these two cultures where people both in them or at the same time, one in one or in the other, are gonna bring knowledge, are gonna bring empowerment, are gonna bring inspiration one to another. So that's why it's so important that you share your thought, you let me hear your voice in the comment sections, or if you have questions that you would like to go through, you send me an email or you book a time on my website, www.imperialghost.com, because I think that having a voice and having it be heard, it's the best gift that we can give to people. And in a world so dark, so hard, so complicated, it is a must. And it shouldn't be something that one should fully earn. That too. Earning it is also extremely important on this path. But I want this to be something different and more meaningful. So let me hear in the comment, what do you think about all of this? How did you start in magic? How did you start into the MC culture? What were your reasons? What made you decide to make the big jump into the dark? And I'm gonna see you next Wednesday on Imperial Ghost, where we're gonna talk about how Santa Muerte, this is my self-made Santa Muerte version, brought Griselda Blanco into my life. I'm Alice, I'm an occult writer from the southern of Finland, and I'm gonna see you next time.